try to update you on our court case against the RCMP in 2 minutes or less without being overly technical, too in the weeds, or boring. Hi, I'm Carol Linnitt from the Narwhal, and I'm here to tell you about our court case currently ongoing at the Supreme Court of BC in Vancouver. So we're into the third week of our trial currently, and Amber Bracken is on the stand. She was one of the first witnesses of the entire trial, but because of constant processual interruptions and just strangeness, she's still on the stand and hasn't finished her cross-examination. A part of the process that has been a little zany up to this point is some pure argument about who belongs in the courtroom, who should testify in this case. Our side is arguing in our case that this is actually about more than just Amber Bracken. This is about journalists who have been arrested, detained, or just had their reporting interfered with by the RCMP. We're focused on the other journalists who are up in Wet'suwet'en territory in November of 2021. This was when Amber was arrested, and this is when many other journalists were also arrested, detained, or interfered with. We had to put forward a formal application to have two witnesses take the stand. One is Ethan Cox, the co-founder and an editor at Ricochet Media. The other is RCMP officer that we are calling as an adverse witness. So far, we've had Amanda Follett-Hosgood from the Tyee take the stand, Lee Wilson, formerly of APTN, Ethan Cox of Ricochet, Brent Jolly, the president of the Canadian Association of Journalists, and we also had Karen Pugliese, who provided an expert report on the state of journalism and how it intersects with Indigenous rights in Canada. This week, we're going to conclude with a few more media witnesses, including Dan Lone, one of the filmmakers from the documentary film Yinta, and also Nina Berman, an expert in photojournalism who teaches at Columbia University. Once these witnesses are done testifying and giving evidence, then I will actually take the stand and testify from my perspective and my experience of having Amber arrested as her assigning editor at the Narwhal. We hope you're all following along at thenarwhal.ca/pressfreedom. Stay tuned because it's going to be really interesting to see how this unfolds.